Hey guys, welcome to Jack's Beautiful You. Today's video is all about testing some really popular, really hyped up fragrances on YouTube right now. Some of these are new releases. Actually, most of these are pretty new releases to the market, and they've been going around making the rounds here on YouTube and have been getting a lot of hype. So I was very curious and I wanted to test them out for myself and see which ones I think are worth my money, which ones I plan on bringing into my collection. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jackie. Thank you so much for clicking on my thumbnail today. I really appreciate you being here. And to all of my returning subscribers, thank you guys so much for all your continued support. If you're interested in hearing my opinions on some of these popular perfumes, then just keep on watching. All right, I'm going to scooch over here so we can put the pictures up on the screen. The first perfume I tried is by the House of Parfums de Marly. This is Valaya. This was a very anticipated release. I was really excited about this one and I couldn't wait to get my hands on it, but I wasn't going to blind buy it because it is expensive. It is $355 for this perfume, and that's a lot. I feel like that's a lot. And a lot of people were saying it smelled a lot like other fragrances that they already have, and I just needed to find out for myself. So Valaya has aldehydes in the opening. It has white peach, mandarin orange, and bergamot. So that is pretty much kind of the feel I get in the opening of this perfume. I get fruitiness for sure. I get this, not really a specific, I wouldn't say I could pick out peach per se, but it does smell like a very pleasant, juicy, fruity, like summertime fruity kind of vibe in the fragrance, and I really enjoyed that. And then in the middle, you have a bunch of different florals, but the number one floral that I get is orange blossom. And then in the base, you have some vanilla, some ambroxan, some musk, and the musk is definitely what I pick up in the base. I get some vanilla, but I also get a lot of musk. To me, this is a very musky fragrance, and it is a beautiful musk. Now, I will say this fragrance is extremely gorgeous to my nose. I really enjoy this one. I kept thinking to myself, this smells familiar. You know, I don't feel like this is the most unique fragrance I've ever smelled. So what I kind of pieced together, that juicy, fruity kind of opening with the floral notes, that fruity floral vibe that you get when you first spray this fragrance is the same kind of vibe I get from Kayali's Deja Vu White Flower 57, kind of the same opening. If you were to take a very musky fragrance, so a lot of people are saying this smells like Fleur Narcotique by Ex Nihilo. I don't have that fragrance. I have a dupe for that fragrance by Afnan, which is Fleur Bouquet, and I will say I get a lot of similarities between the two. They're not the same, but the musky dry down of that fragrance is the same as the musky kind of dry down I get with Valaya. And then I get a little bit of this clean, not soapy, I wouldn't say soapy necessarily, it's almost like the same kind of note that is in Oriana. So if you've ever smelled Oriana, I feel like it has this underlying note of, it almost smells like a dryer sheet, like a laundry dryer sheet. It's not overpowering to my nose in Oriana, but it's there like throughout the whole wear of the fragrance, and I really love it. And that same thing is in this one as well. This does not smell like Oriana to me, but it almost reminds me of a combination. If I were to take my Afnan's Fleur Bouquet and my Kayali's Deja Vu White Flower and a little bit of Oriana and mixed it together, I feel like this is the fragrance that I would get. I really like it. Do I want to add it into my collection? Yes, I do. First of all, the bottle is beautiful. This would make a fantastic bridal scent, and I need that bottle in my life because it's gorgeous. I want the bottle. I do think this is full bottle worthy for me, but not at $355. I know that if I can be patient, this will eventually not be so expensive. I have yet to pay full price for a Parfums de Marly fragrance. I just wait until the price comes down and then I buy them. So that's what I'm going to do with this one. I'm not going to rush out and buy this fragrance. But what I will say is the performance surprised me on this. When I looked at this bottle, I thought this is going to be a weak performing perfume. For some reason, it just seems so light, so airy, so, you know what I mean? It seemed, the juice just looks really transparent, and sometimes in my mind that translates to like a weaker fragrance, which isn't true. That's not even true. I don't know why I think that way, because it's not even true. That's not the case, but I kind of expected a lighter fragrance. However, I was surprised at how good this performed on me. This was a really good performing fragrance. This lasted through my entire day. I sprayed it all over. I need to refresh my memory on this. I don't really need to refresh my memory. I just want to smell it. Yeah, oh, I get a little bit of the orange now. That mandarin orange. I picked up more of like just a juicy fruity the first time I sprayed this, but now that I'm spraying it again, I'm picking up orange. Ooh, this is so pretty. Yes, this smells familiar. Yes, I have other fragrances in my collection that smells like this, but this is beautiful. I really like it. But anyway, I was really, really surprised with the performance. This lasted all day on me, and I was getting a nice scent bubble off of me. Like, I was getting wafts of it throughout the day. It wasn't like filling up the room. It wasn't beast mode to me anyway, but it was decent, like definitely present, and I was happy with it. So Valaya is a yes for me, but not at $355. I will wait until the price comes down and then she will be mine. All right, another fragrance that has been making the rounds, and there's been a lot of polarizing opinions, at least from what I've seen on this fragrance. Some people are saying this fragrance is only being hyped because it was given out, I think, in PR. Some people are saying, no, it's really amazing. I don't know. I've heard a lot of different things. So I was like, you know what? I'm tired of wondering. I just want to find out for myself, you know? Okay, I didn't get this fragrance in PR. I just want to sample. I want to try it for myself to see, because I know who I watch on YouTube. I know who I trust. You know what I mean? I know my tribe, my little tribe, my friends I've made here on YouTube, my group of YouTube sisters that I know they're good-hearted people that aren't going to BS me or you know what I mean? And I've heard some of those people that did get this fragrance in PR say that they loved it. So I was like, okay, I don't really think this is just a PR thing. But anyway, I had to find out for myself. So this is by Une Nuit Nomade, and this is Jardins De Misfah. It sounds right up my alley because it has dates in it, and I really have been enjoying fragrances with dates, like ooey gooey, dark, fruit type of fragrances. That's what I was expecting this fragrance to be. So when I tried this fragrance, I was actually surprised because this wasn't exactly what I expected. So it kind of took me back a little bit. Like, I kind of paused and thought, okay, what am I smelling here? Because this is much lighter than I thought. When I saw dates, okay, so I see cardamom, nutmeg, dates, peony, almond, saffron. I was expecting this like thick, gourmand, date-like dessert, dark, rich, decadent kind of fragrance. You know what I mean? That's what I was expecting. But instead, I didn't get that. I got more of like, in the opening, you have cardamom and nutmeg, and I would say I get more cardamom than I do nutmeg. So I get this fresh, spicy vibe that I guess I wasn't 100% expecting for some reason. I don't know why. It says that there's cardamom in here, but the cardamom leans like kind of fresh spicy. The nutmeg isn't as like prominent and warm to me as I was expecting. And then the dates do come through, but they're not as like thick and deep and dark as I was expecting either. They're definitely there. They definitely smell nice. And then there's rose in here, which smells really good too. And then there's almond and saffron. Now there's almond and saffron in the base, and I think that's what's throwing some people off. So there's this, first of all, almond and saffron doesn't always work out for everybody. There's a lot of saffron in here. And I was kind of surprised to smell that too. And usually when you see almond and saffron, you see that at the top. You don't see that in the base. I thought that was interesting. So when I sprayed on the card, I think it's okay. But then I decided, of course, you have to test it on your skin. And so I sprayed it on my skin, and when I did, it transformed and the dates started to come out more, and I absolutely loved it. I loved it. I don't love it right now when I'm smelling it on the card, but when I wore it, I thought it smelled so good. It really warms up on my skin, and that sweet date comes out. The saffron's there, the almond starts to come through, and it starts to smell more like a gourmand. It never gets to be like a thick, dark kind of gourmand. It's still kind of a little bit lighter, and there's still always this kind of fresh spiciness that's in the fragrance from the cardamom, but it warms up, it gets sweeter, and by the time I was done wearing this, I went from no, I don't like this, to let me test it on my skin, okay, I like it, but I don't love it, to by the end of the night, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And the performance on me was pretty good. So I really did change my mind on this fragrance, and I do think I want a bottle because I think it's really pretty. So it kind of fooled me. This was a no, I don't like this, to an absolute love by the end of my testing the fragrance. So I can see why there's polarizing thoughts on this fragrance. I really can. Saffron's not a note for everyone, and it is definitely present in here. if you were expecting that kind of dark gourmand dates fragrance like I was, you might be a little bit disappointed. But really, if you just take away the expectations, like I had to take away my expectations of what I thought this fragrance was going to smell like and then just smell it for what it was. And once I did that, I was like, actually the dates and the rose together is quite beautiful. So yeah, Jardins De Misfah is a thumbs up for me. I like it a lot, and I will be purchasing a bottle of it at some point. I have a lot of likes in here. I have a lot of successful fragrances I've been trying, so you know, I can't buy all of them at once. I have to kind of space them out, but eventually I do think Jardins De Misfah will be in my collection. Speaking of my YouTube tribe, my YouTube sisters, they seem to all really, really love Absolute Aphrodisiac by Initio. So I was like, you know what? I have to try it. I absolutely have to try it. And thank you to Veronica from Veronica Says for sending me over a sample so I could test it out before I just lost my mind and blind bought it, because everybody, including Veronica, loves this fragrance. I honestly don't think I've ever heard anyone say they didn't. I'm sure there's people who don't, but it was the vanilla that everybody was talking about, and I was so curious and I had to try it for myself. And this is where everybody like throws rotten tomatoes at me. This is where I get canceled. But basically, I don't like it. I don't like it, you guys. I'm sorry, but what is that note in here? Castoreum is what it's called. Castoreum. That animalistic, dirty note that's in here absolutely ruins it for me. Now, I know that that's the note that makes it for a lot of people, but for me, it smells dirty. It doesn't smell sexy to me. I know a lot of people think it smells really carnal, really sexy, like two people together, you know what I mean? Like that kind of a smell, but to me it just makes me want to take a shower. Like, what a prude, right? I know I'm the crazy one, okay? I know my nose is broken because everybody loves this fragrance except for me, but I just did not like it. So there's vanilla, there's amber, there's castoreum, there's leather, there's musk, and there's white flowers. Now, the leather in here I actually liked. I like the leather. Sometimes I'm a little iffy with leather, but it's really smooth. This is Initio. Everything's smooth in here, okay? I swear, I feel like they know how to blend fragrances better than anybody, but everything is very smooth in here. The leather is smooth, and the vanilla is really beautiful. I will say that. There is a beautiful vanilla note. I can see why people like this. It's an ambery vanilla. Unfortunately, Absolute Aphrodisiac is a no for me. I may be the only one, but it's a no for me. All right, up next we have the new release by KILIAN. This is Can't Stop Loving You. This fragrance I was not interested at all, but I just, you know, I kind of dismissed it at first, and I thought, oh great, it's just going to be like another Love Don't Be Shy. I saw some reviews on it. I didn't really feel like it was going to be impressive, but then my curiosity got the best of me, and I decided I just wanted to try it just to make sure, because I've actually dismissed fragrances before and then been like, oh wait a minute, I really like this. And I have to say, Can't Stop Loving You, it's pretty. It's pretty. I like it. No, it's not groundbreaking. No, it's not worth the price, but it's pretty. In the opening, you have orange blossom. Definitely get a lot of orange blossom, but there's honey in here, and I kind of like that. I like the orange blossom and honey vibe that I get. And then in the base, there's Madagascar vanilla, and I think there's oak moss in here as well. Definitely an orange blossom. That's basically what I get. I get orange blossom, honey, and vanilla. There's a little bit of oak moss in the base as well that I do pick up. That part's not my favorite. I'm not the biggest oak moss person, but it's not really, really strong to my nose. But orange blossom and honey and vanilla. Not groundbreaking. Not gonna buy it. You know, I'm not going to spend a bunch of money on this. I don't know about the performance of this one because I really didn't give it a full wear test, but I think it's pretty. I can see how people would like this. I can't imagine somebody just like hating this and thinking it was awful. Very pretty girl scent. If this were a designer scent, then maybe I would consider getting it at a much like more affordable price point, but I'm not going to pay, I don't know how much this retails for, but it's KILIAN, so it's expensive, and I'm not going to pay a ton of money for this. So it's pretty, but not worth the money, in my opinion. Up next, we have by the House of Oud, Ruby Red. I was very curious about this one, and I just had this feeling that I was going to like it because there is a lot of ginger in this fragrance and I love ginger. So top notes, you have ginger and tangerine. We're already off to a good start. I love the opening of that. Ginger and tangerine, spicy and sweet. Sweet, citrusy, fruity, yum. I love tangerines. Put that combination together, I'm probably going to love it. And then in the mid, you have ylang ylang, tuberose, and then you have ginger flower. So even more ginger. I love ylang ylang. I love tuberose. So when I saw the notes, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm going to love this. And then in the base, you have candied ginger. So, okay, obviously you have to like ginger in order to like this fragrance. If you don't like ginger, then this isn't going to be for you. And then there's vanilla, woody notes, and musk. And yes, I love it. I absolutely love it. It was love at first sniff. This is a 100% yes for me. I love the bottle. That bottle is to die for, and I love the way this smells. Oh, this is so good. You know, I get more of the candied ginger than anything. It smells like a sweet ginger. There's some spice to it for sure, but not over the top. It's not over the top spicy. There's a little bit of a floral aspect. There's some tuberose. There's some ylang ylang. Definitely pick up a little bit of the florals, but I wouldn't say that's the star of the show. The ginger is definitely the star of the show, and that fruitiness is definitely present. At some point, this is getting added into my collection because, yeah, I love it. But again, if you don't like ginger, stay far, far away. So that is by the House of Oud Ruby Red. All right, I have two from the House of Simone Andreoli, and I have Leisure in Paradise and Malibu-Party in the Bay. These are fragrances I heard about last year. I don't know when they came out, but I heard about them last year. I've been dying to try them, and I wanted to wait until now. I wanted to wait until springtime. I wanted to wait until the weather got warmer. Although I'm eating my words because I told you guys that spring was here and that I thought the cold weather was done, but it was pretty cold today. For where I live, it was pretty cold. It only got up, like, I think most of the day it was like in the 50s. I think it finally got up into the 60s, like the high was 60 something, but for the major part of the day, it was kind of chilly here, and I'm not loving that. I want my 70s and 80s back. But anyway, so the first one I want to talk about is Leisure in Paradise. Now, this is a beautiful fragrance. It is very tropical smelling. It has vanilla, coconut, papaya, pineapple, and woody notes, and that's exactly what it smells like. I mean, there's no complexity really about it. Ooh, it smells so good. That pineapple is really strong in here, and I love pineapple. I love pineapple in my fragrances. I've been looking for like a really good pineapple fragrance. It's not just pineapple though, it's definitely pineapple, coconut, vanilla. That's basically what I get. Those are the stars of the show. I really like the coconut in here. It doesn't feel overly sunscreeny to me. So sweet and juicy pineapple, so tropical, so summertime. Just yes, this is a yes. I don't know about the performance. I haven't really tested this one out thoroughly. You know, I've only sprayed it like on me to test it out. I haven't like worn it to actually tell you about the performance, but this is a yes. I want this one. But the other one that I want, I think I want this one more than Leisure in Paradise, is Malibu-Party in the Bay. Okay, this is lime and green accords in the opening. Then you have coconut and sugar, and then you have rum and sandalwood. That's what it smells like. I mean, think of that. Think of like lime and coconut, and rum, okay? It smells like a tropical, delicious, absolutely wonderful lime, coconut, and rum concoction. I mean, if that doesn't scream summer vacation to you, I honestly don't know what will. Oh, this is so good. This is so, so good. Okay, first of all, I will say, if you don't like lime, you're not going to like this. This is very, very lime-centric, like lime forward, lots and lots of lime. But it's not tart to my, I mean, it's tart because it's lime, but it's not like overly tart. And then there's definitely coconut, but again, it doesn't smell sunscreeny. And I will say the lime is so strong in here that it kind of overpowers the coconut, but the coconut is still in here. So it kind of gives it like a creamy vibe. And then there's a bit of a booziness to this, but it's very light. It's not a lot. There's definitely some kind of like rum. It's, you know, there's rum in here. And then there's sandalwood in the base, giving it a little bit more of that creaminess. Absolutely phenomenal fragrance. I love lime. I love lime flavored things. I love smelling limes. I'm big into that, especially in the summertime. Like nothing makes me want to go to a pool party or to the beach and party. Like lime, you know what I mean? Like putting lime in your drinks. That says vacation, drinking on the beach, fun times to me. Ooh, I love this. This is gonna be a fragrance I get very, very soon. I think out of all the ones that I have tried, this one is really calling my name. All right, you guys, this next one is a fragrance that has been super hyped, and people who talk about this, not just the people who are talking about it on YouTube, but like in the comments, you guys, the people watching, the viewers, there are a ton of comments from you guys about this fragrance as well, and they all seem to be mostly positive. But this is by Amouage, and this is Guidance. And lots of people have been saying how absolutely phenomenal and amazing this fragrance is. I almost blind bought it because of everyone's hype. Not hype, I mean, you know, sometimes I think we mistake passion for hype, you know what I mean? Like sometimes people who have YouTube channels and talk about perfumes, it's because they love perfumes, right? So it can seem like we're sometimes hyping it up, but really I think a lot of times it's just we love it, love something so much, our passion just shows through. And I definitely heard that passion when I heard certain people talking about this fragrance. This is where you guys throw more rotten tomatoes at me. This is where you guys just tell me that my nose is broken because it doesn't work for me. I don't know why. I think I am again the only one who doesn't like this fragrance. Everybody seems to just go nuts over it, and I'm so sad because A, it has amazing performance, and B, the bottle is a baby pink beautiful bottle that I want. Although my wallet's not sad because it's an expensive fragrance. You guys, this fragrance just does not smell right on me. I'm wondering if it's a skin chemistry thing because I actually like the way it smells on paper. When I sprayed it on paper, I liked it, but then when I put it on my skin, no, it did not work out for me. So there's pear and hazelnut in the opening of this. I don't know why, it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work for me. Normally I love pear and I love hazelnut, but there's something else in here that is just not working. There's osmanthus, rose, saffron, jasmine. I usually love all of those notes. There's sandalwood, vanilla. I wonder if it's the akagaya wood. And then there's ambergris, which I usually love, and then there's labdanum as well. Definitely a very unique fragrance, I will give it that. Like, you're not gonna smell anything else that smells like this. Yeah, there's just something that really does not work for me in this fragrance, and honestly, I don't know what it is. This is a fragrance I tried at least 3 times. It was, yeah, 3 full times I tried to wear this fragrance because I was like, what's wrong? What's wrong with my nose? This is not a safe blind buy. I know there's a lot of people who love this fragrance, but this is Amouage, and Amouage is a very difficult and challenging house, and they do throw like little twists into their fragrances that can be a little challenging, so you got to try this. Don't go blind by this. This is a $360 fragrance, and while I think a lot of people genuinely love this fragrance, I think there are going to be some of us that don't. So just try before you buy. Get a sample and try, because I am taking this off my wish list. It just didn't work for me. So that's okay. Like I said, we don't all have to like the same things, but it's just not for me. The last one I want to talk about is one that went nuts here on YouTube as well. Everybody was talking about it. It is by, I think it's the brand Liquid Imaginaires is what the brand is called, and it's Blanche Bête. Blanche Bête. I have heard everyone and their mother talking about this fragrance, and it sounds perfect for me because it is lactonic and it has tuberose, and I love lactonic fragrance and I love tuberose, so I thought, you know what, I'm gonna love this. But I didn't want to blind buy it because again, it's an expensive fragrance, so I got a sample. This has milk in it, there's musk mallow, there's tuberose, there's other florals in there as well, but the tuberose is what I had heard from other people is kind of prominent in the fragrance, which is kind of interesting, like lactonic gourmandish type of vibe with tuberose. You know, not everybody likes that combination, so I know there are some people out there who really don't like this fragrance. Plus, not everybody likes lactonic, milky fragrances. And then there's vanilla, musk, cacao, tonka bean. I love everything in the base, and I thought there was a good chance I would love it, and I do. I do. This is another one I really, really, really want. Really good performance on this one too. Oh, yes, I love this. I love that milky opening. right off the bat. If you like lactonic fragrances, you need to get your nose on this. However, keep in mind that there is tuberose in here, and I do definitely pick out the tuberose. And then the base is definitely present. I definitely get vanilla, I definitely get some musk, some cacao, and tonka bean for sure. This is gorgeous. This is absolutely gorgeous and totally worth the hype in my opinion. So beautiful fragrance, really, really liked it. I sprayed it on my wrists and I sprayed it on my, like the crease of my elbows, and I was getting like wafts of it off of me. So it had really good performance. I haven't given it like a full wear test, but it was wafting just from 4 sprays, and I was like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna get this. So yes, Blanche Bête is a yes for me. I'm so happy that I finally got to test it out. I had a feeling I was gonna like it. Definitely not a safe blind buy though. You still have to test it out. It's pretty unique. I feel like it's a unique fragrance, and so therefore not everyone is going to love it. So try before you buy, but Blanche Bête is a yes for me. All right, you guys, that is it for today's video. Those are the fragrances I've been testing. Those are the ones I'm going to add into my collection and the ones I'm going to skip on. I want to hear your thoughts on these fragrances. Let me know in the comment section if you've tried these, and if you liked this video and you found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!